In today's video, we'll be talking about the different types of sounds in American English and how we form them. Understanding the basics of sounds is an important part in helping you change the way you now pronounce accented sounds. Sounds in American English are divided up into two types. Those types are consonants and vowels. Within these two groups of sounds are two groups that we refer to as voiced and unvoiced sounds. It is very important to understand what voicing is, because some sounds in English use your voice and others don't. You will need to know when to turn your voice off and when to turn it on to pronounce sounds correctly. Let's start by talking about the vocal cords, because this is what creates our unique voices. The vocal cords look like two little rubber bands that sit in your throat and form the shape of a V. For a moment, hold up your index and middle finger on one of your hands in the shape of a V. This is what your vocal cords look like when they sit in your throat. When you speak, the vocal cords go together and apart very quickly. So quickly, in fact, that you can feel a vibration in your throat. When you say sounds that use your voice, we call them voiced sounds. Let's use the letter Z as in zebra to show what a voiced sound sounds like. In American English, the letter Z says Z. I want you to put your hand on your throat and say Z. Good. If you said it correctly, two things happened. First, you heard your voice. And second, you felt your throat vibrate. Every time you use your voice, these two things will happen. But we don't always use our voice when we speak in English. Sometimes we just push air out of our mouths in different ways by placing our lips and tongue in different positions. Sounds that don't use your voice are called unvoiced sounds. To demonstrate, let's use the letter S as in snake to show what an unvoiced sound sounds like. Again, place your hand on your throat like this and say S. That's it. Two things happened this time. First, you heard air come out of your mouth, and you did not feel a vibration in your throat. This is because your vocal cords were not moving. When they are apart, like in the shape of a V, we say that they are open. In this position, we can push air out of our mouths in different ways depending on how our lips and our tongue are positioned. In addition to helping us create sounds, vocal cords are also important for breathing. When the vocal cords are apart, you can breathe without talking. When you breathe, you take air in through your mouth or your nose, and it goes down your throat, through your vocal cords, and into your lungs. Vocal cords, then, are responsible for creating our voice and for breathing. Now that you're familiar with the concept of voicing, you'll be ready for our next video, which will teach you how to pronounce some sounds in English.